Hi, I'm Lindsay McCracken, and this is Module 1 for EDL 853. Like I said, my name is Lindsay McCracken. I'm an English teacher in Bonner Springs, Kansas, and I'm a wife and a mom of 4 kiddos that are pictured there. I started out my schooling at KU, where I had my undergraduate degree. Then I went to Rockhurst University for my graduate degree, and I'm now attending Fort Hays State University, like most of you, for my educational administration degree. Just kind of a little bit about my career pathway. We started out in Kansas City, Kansas Public Schools, where I taught at Northwest Middle School and Wyandotte High School. I have worked for KSDE in a variety of training capacities, and I'm now at Bonner Springs High School. We have about 780 students. I teach 9th grade English. I'm on our career cruising implementation team, and I'm on our Kansas CCC team, which just really got kicked off yesterday. So it's been kind of an exciting week. In terms of meeting the needs of students with special needs, I broke it up into 2 categories. So one is what we're doing school-wide, and the other is what we do at a classroom or personal level. School-wide, we have a special education seminar or homeroom where there's para and teacher support. We have classes that are meeting the needs of students with an IEP who are 3 or more grade levels below where they should be, and then we also have our talented and gifted program. We have a functional classroom as well. We have modified assessments as necessary. We follow the accommodations and IEPs, and then we have a life skills program who helps out at lunch, runs a little store where they deliver snacks to teachers, and then they have a concession stand obligation where they refill the concession stands as necessary throughout the different sporting seasons. At a classroom level, we modify assessments as appropriate. We give guided notes or teacher copies of notes. We have templates for writing essays in my class, separate setting for kiddos who need it when they're testing. Text can be read aloud to them, and then we have differentiation within our reading programs. So whether it's guided questions, translations for students who speak another language and are on an IEP, we're providing them with level texts. We also have length accommodations. We have dictation of answers, seating flexibility for kids who need to maybe stand up or be able to move around the room, and then providing them with fidgets or sensory tools as necessary. And then we also have time modifications. So whether that means a break or an extension, we'll provide that for students. In terms of what we could do to improve what we're currently doing, I kind of broke mine up into 3 goals. The first focus is on developing programs that help kids improve their individual performance and enable them to focus and meet their goals as they relate to their personal lives, their academic performance, and what they want to be when they grow up. So school-wide, this would mean ensuring time is provided in their weekly schedules to focus on those goals, providing interventions and study and seminar assistance as necessary. And we do some of this now, but it would mean more monitoring and making sure that it's happening in that individualized way. Providing kiddos with as much real-life experience as possible in what they think they want to do after high school, and then making sure they're enrolled in an appropriately challenging caseload so they're not deconstructively struggling, but they are productively challenged in a way that's appropriate for them. And then also working on improving the assessment scores of students on IEPs. So at a classroom level, this would mean making sure all kiddos are provided the opportunity to explore their individual and academic goals. It would mean personalizing instruction as much as possible to make sure students are learning and retaining information that will be helpful to them. And then it means ensuring all alternate assessments and texts meet the needs and the criteria of our general coursework. And then working to improve the assessment scores of kiddos with IEPs, again, would be a classroom level goal as well. So my second goal focused on recruiting, training, and utilizing our special education staff so they best meet the needs of our students at Bonner Springs High School. School-wide, this would mean establishing specific hiring criteria with the special education population in mind. It would mean providing appropriate professional development for special education staff members to make sure they can best meet the needs of our kiddos with IEPs and special needs. And then it would mean giving enough time for collaboration between the special education department and the general education department, which really doesn't happen currently. At a classroom level, this would mean making sure and really monitoring that all instructional staff are being intended or utilized for their intended purpose. It would mean making sure all students that have IEPs are having their needs met by the adults in the room, and making sure that special education staff and general education staff in all classrooms are working with this population on their goals, and again, keeping that challenge at an appropriate level for them. The third goal focuses on ensuring all areas of the school meet the physical and safety needs of our special education population. So school-wide, this means identifying classroom needs and updating things that need updated, ensuring all transportation needs are being met, identifying adaptive technology needs. So we are a one-to-one school, and so that would mean looking at what the special education department needs as well, and then providing professional development as necessary. So at a classroom level, this again means ensuring all instructional staff know the safety procedures, ensuring all instructional staff have access to IEPs as it pertains to physical needs and safety, and then making sure all instructional staff knows how to use and access equipment as necessary. The role of funding in my plan would really be threefold. Anytime you talk about recruiting and training highly qualified staff, we need funding for that. Facility improvements would need to take place in certain classrooms and within our building in places, and so funding would play a role there. And then also when we talk about making sure that we have access to the best curriculum and instructional resources to provide the individualized instruction that these students with special needs have, then you're going to need funding for that. So looking at a variety of grants, looking at our capital outlay, what we have there, looking at our special education funding, and really just utilizing that to the best of our ability within our school. Thanks so much. I'm really looking forward to working with everyone this semester. I hope you have a great week. Bye.